What is up, guys? It is Humble Zeus here, bringing you a Battlefield 4 commentary. And before we jump in, I want to say I apologize about the lagginess in the gameplay. I don't know what this is. I was playing and all of a sudden I'm just lagging everywhere. And I had played 3 straight games without any issue right before I jumped into this lobby. And all of a sudden I am lagging to hell. I don't know what it is, so I apologize if that bothers you a lot. Sorry, I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. I've made steps to kind of improve the connection, and hopefully this won't happen very often or at all. I would love for it to not be at all, but you know, the game and everything. So, anyway, jumping into the commentary, and the reason that we're talking about this, like a kind of product review, and again, I want to say before we start, and I want to tell you this before any time I do like a product review or anything, I'm not endorsed by anyone currently. I don't know, depending on when you watch this, if I am. At the time, I was not, so depending on whenever you see this, if you happen to watch it like years later, I don't know, whenever. I'm not endorsed by them. I'm not under any contracts or anything to say anything nice. I don't get paid. I'm not anything. I'm just giving you my own thoughts on the product that I've used extensively for a while and currently am using now. So I went and got and ordered some KontrolFreeks. I got them today in the mail. So they came with the standard things, KontrolFreek, so like a receipt, and actually because there was a little deal going on with Ali, you got a little sticker saying Ali Army 4 million strong. Honestly, he's hit his 4 million subscriber goal. Hopefully he keeps growing, because props to him. That's a big goal, and congratulations, I hope he grows even more. But disregarding that, we do have to talk about KontrolFreeks, and I do like them. I got the KontrolFreek Vortexes mainly because I saw they were highly recommended by a lot of people. 5-star ratings everywhere I went. I looked. 5-star ratings. I didn't know if I might have bought the CQB or the Sniper, but no, everyone's like, get the Vortex, and I'm like, alright, got the Vortex. Waited a couple of days. Here they are. Play a couple of games, and I gotta say, I do like them. They fit very nicely. They don't feel too clunky. They slipped onto the controller very well, but they don't slip off very easy, so it's not like this issue where you might be playing and randomly one will just pop off. There will be none of that. They fit the controller, and I love it. I had an Xbox pair before. You had to force them onto the controller, and that was a bit of an issue because you'd have to like push really hard, and that would wear away at the thumbsticks. And then we tried to take them off for whatever reason. It was very hard, and in one case where I was like, it was really stuck and I was trying to get it off, I ended up pulling, like popping out, not like all the way, but popping the thumbstick. So it used to be in a seated position, kind of settled in there, like there's like, you know, if you've held an Xbox 360 controller, it's kind of settled in. It popped up, so there was this huge kind of popping noise, and then it was like pulled all the way up, and I was like, oh my god. I managed to push it back down, but it was very unresponsive. It was very clunky. It didn't feel as fluid as it used to, and I was like, shite, I just broke my controller. But I don't have an issue with these ones. These ones, they fit on very nicely. They don't pop off very easy, but they're still relatively easy to take off. If you were trying to take them off, you will not have much of an issue. So hopefully you won't have that popping thing. In terms of like their usability, they seem very fine. They look like they're durable. I don't think they'd break very easy unless obviously you were chewing at them or your dog or something got a hold of them and started just gnawing on them. They feel very sturdy. You get 2, you get 1 that's concave. That's on the left trigger, because obviously that's kind of, not a trigger, left bumper. No, bumper. I'm thinking of like control specs. Left thumbstick. And you get a dome on the right, obviously for your movement and your fire. And the dome, I like how it feels, because I do kind of like the dome feel. Concave is also very nice. You can switch them up if you want, but it's not recommended because the dome one is elevated while the concave isn't really at all. So if it wouldn't really help you, but I guess if you really want to, you can. Obviously they still fit both thumbsticks, so it doesn't really matter. If color is a big issue for you, I don't really think it'll matter much, but if you're someone who's like, I have to have, because my controller is black, I have to have black. I think you might be able to switch colors, but as far as I know, they're orange. They're just pure orange, so you're gonna have to kind of stick with that. I mean, I don't think the color is a huge deal if it's effective, if the product works and everything's working according to how it should, then there really shouldn't be an issue. The color shouldn't be a like make or break deal for you, but if it is, and you don't like orange, then whatever, I guess it's your choice. In terms of how they felt in my hand, they felt very nice. The grip, it like has a little spiral grip. And I thought, honestly, in my mind, I thought this wouldn't really feel very good under my hand. I feel like my hand would slip off them. and I was wrong. I was holding them, I was playing with them, I was like moving around actually, because I sometimes do when I play, and my fingers stayed where they were generally. There was a bit of movement, but nothing that would like completely throw me off. I fit my hands in and they felt nice there. My hands didn't feel weird. I didn't have any weird marks on my hands after playing for a little bit. So honest to God, I think it was a really nice grip. It felt really nice. The material felt really nice. There wasn't anything that I had to complain about on that front. I don't actually have much complaints to begin with anyway, so I kind of have to say that if you're looking for if you're looking for something negative or you had a negative experience, then leave that in the comment, because I didn't feel anything, but maybe if you've used them more extensively than me, you might have run into an issue. And if you do, I'd love for you to give your own feedback, because again, I'm not under any obligation to say anything nice, and neither are you. And if you have an issue, tell people. They might want to know that there was something wrong. They might not want these control sticks, like obviously if they have these certain issues. I didn't run into any issues, but again, I've only just gotten them, so I cannot say too much. But in the couple of games that I've played, and I've played other games, I went and played Watch Dogs for a little bit, Battlefield, and a couple other things, so I played like Killzone. So all in all, they felt very nice, and I can't say I have any issues with the grip. So all in all, if I had to give them a score, I'd definitely give them like a 10 out of 10, or at least a 9 out of 10, because again, that color could be a bit of an issue for somebody. But in my own experience, they're very nice, they fit very well, they're very comfortable, the grips feel nice, they don't let your fingers slip off too much, but they still give you kind of room to like adjust without like scraping yourself or anything, so they feel very nice. And outside of that color issue, which again isn't really an issue, but if you're that kind of person who needs everything to match, they might turn you off a bit to walk into your living room or room and see that like orange blast in the middle of it. But honestly, I don't think it's a big deal. So, and I want to kind of talk about this, like, if it really is a big deal to you. I mean, there are plenty of other things on the site. There's a lot. I looked through a lot before I made a purchase. There were a lot of KontrolFreeks I could have gone through. There aren't that many really that I didn't like. Like, I didn't like the look of. There was something that made me like say, oh my god. It was really the Vortex that stood out purely because of the color. It was like, wow, this is kind of bright for... I mean, I know there are green ones, but this orange color like popped at me, and that's kind of why I went and looked at it, and I saw the ratings, and it was really nice. So, I mean, this kind of review is if you're on the fence about KontrolFreeks. I know some people, like, gaming is expensive, and some people are on a budget, and it's like, could I get this, or should I get this? A game that's $30 you might want, but it's like, well, if I get these KontrolFreeks for $15, can't get that game, but you know, maybe I'll get, and so you really kind of have to choose. I think in my mind, if you're an FPS fan, you're a big FPS person, I think they have them for other things. So if you're a racer, I'm pretty sure there's some KontrolFreeks for racing and other games, but if you're an FPS person and you want some nice first-person shooter like KontrolFreeks, the Vortex is a very nice route to go down. KontrolFreeks in general, so if you are a bit on the fence, I think you'd definitely like them. And again, they're not too expensive, but obviously if you're on a budget, then maybe you might want to look around more. But in my mind, look for issues if you have any like concerns. Like if you really have a concern, like I really cannot waste money, I'd say go look around on YouTube and Google and Bing and whatever you search engine you use, and find out the most you can about any product before you buy it. I did that. Again, I'm working from experience with other KontrolFreeks that I've used and held, and I have to say that I've never really had any big issues with KontrolFreeks. So in that regard, I have to say that, you know, I would go buy them. I would definitely go buy them. They're really nice. And for all the KontrolFreeks in general that I've ever played, I've held racing ones, I believe. They were pretty nice. I'm not a big racy, like I'm not a racer, I'm not a car game player. So honestly, I don't know how they would stack up compared to normal, or maybe even a wheel. I don't know how much they'd compare to. But it was a fun thing to have, and I definitely encourage you, if you want to improve a little bit, if you want to give yourself a slight edge, then definitely get them. I do say, and some people seem to think that if you buy KontrolFreeks, you're a magic man. Like all of a sudden you are the best player in the field because you have KontrolFreeks, and you are not. They give you a slight edge, but you still need to work on your aim. They're not going to make you instantly auto-aim at anything. You're going to have to work on your aim. They are not the be-all, end-all. You are going to have to work, and if you're willing to put it in, the KontrolFreeks will aid you further. They'll give you more, and you'll get the most out of it. So I have to say that definitely, if you're interested in KontrolFreeks, pick these up. They're a really nice pair. They make them for Xbox One as well, so obviously, and there's plenty of others if you're using the PS3 or Xbox 360. There are plenty of them. I think they might have models for those as well. but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But you can go check out the site. I'll probably link it down below. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys later. Zeus out.